You understand English. You can read this sentence. You can follow a conversation. You can watch a movie and understand most of it. But when someone speaks to you in English, you freeze. The words are in your head, but they won't come out. If that feeling is familiar, this video is going to change the way you learn English forever. Stay with me. In the next 9 minutes, you will understand exactly why this happens. Not a general reason, the real reason. The reason most English teachers never explain. And I will give you a simple method you can start using today to train your brain to think in English automatically. No grammar rules, no memorizing long word lists, just a smarter way to practice. Let's begin. You have probably been learning English for a long time, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years, maybe more, and your English is not bad. You know a lot of words. You understand when people speak to you, but speaking still feels hard, slow, uncomfortable. You start a sentence, and then you stop. You think of the word in your language first, then you translate it, then you try to say it in English. But by the time you finish translating, the moment has passed. The conversation has moved on, and you say nothing. This is one of the most frustrating experiences for any English learner, and I want to tell you something important. It is not your fault. You have not been learning English the wrong way because you are not smart enough. You have been learning English the wrong way because nobody told you how the brain actually works. So let me tell you now. Your brain has 2 ways of using language. The first way is called controlled processing. This is when you think carefully about what to say. You choose your words slowly. You check your grammar. You translate from your language into English. This is how most language learners speak. And it works when you have time. But real conversation does not give you time. Real conversation moves fast. The second way your brain uses language is called automatic processing. This is how native speakers talk. They do not think about grammar. They do not translate. The words just come, automatically, naturally. Here is the key question. How do you move from controlled processing to automatic processing? The answer is not more grammar study. The answer is not memorizing more vocabulary lists. The answer is input. Specifically, the right kind of input. In the 1980s, a linguist named Krashen discovered something important. He found that humans acquire language in only one way, by understanding it. Not by studying rules, not by translating sentences, by listening to and reading language that you mostly understand and letting your brain absorb the patterns naturally. He called this comprehensible input, and decades of research have supported this idea. When you listen to English that is just above your current level, your brain is working. It is noticing patterns. It is absorbing vocabulary in context. It is building the automatic pathways that fluent speakers use. This is not a theory. This is how your brain learned your first language. As a child, nobody taught you grammar rules. You just listened for thousands of hours. And slowly, without studying, you became fluent. The same process works for your second language. It just needs the right input. Quick pause here. If you are finding this useful and you want more English lessons like this every week, hit the subscribe button now. Every week on this channel, I publish slow English stories, vocabulary lessons, and listening practice, all designed for intermediate learners like you. It is completely free. Okay, let's continue. So how do you actually do this? How do you train your brain to think in English automatically? Here is a simple 3-step method you can start today. Step 1. Listen more than you study. Most language learners spend most of their time studying. Grammar books, vocabulary apps, translation exercises. I want you to flip that. Spend most of your time listening to natural English, podcasts, stories, conversations, videos like this one. The goal is not to understand every word. The goal is to spend time inside the English language. Your brain does the rest automatically. Aim for at least 45 minutes of English listening every day. Not studying, listening. Step 2. Listen to the right level. This is important. If the English is too easy, your brain is not learning anything new. If the English is too difficult, your brain cannot understand the context. The sweet spot is what researchers call I+1. Your current level plus one small step. For most intermediate learners,
This means content where you understand about 70 to 80% of the words. You don't need to understand everything. The context fills in the gaps. Slow English stories are perfect for this.
You hear natural vocabulary and natural sentence patterns, but spoken slowly enough to follow. Step 3. Activate what you hear. Listening alone is powerful, but you can accelerate the process with one simple habit. After you listen to something in English, wait 5 minutes. Then try to explain what you heard, out loud, in English, on your own. It does not need to be perfect. You are not performing, you are practicing. This small habit bridges the gap between understanding English and producing English. It pushes your brain from passive absorption to active use. Even 5 minutes a day of this exercise will make a noticeable difference within weeks. Now, before I finish, I want to tell you about the single biggest mistake that keeps intermediate learners stuck. Most people who hear this advice about listening and input, they try it for 1 week, and then they stop. Not because it doesn't work, because it works slowly. And we are not patient. We want results fast. Here is the truth. Language acquisition takes time. There is no shortcut. But here is the other truth. The time passes anyway. 1 year from today, you will be 1 year older. The question is, will you also be fluent in English? The learners who become fluent are not the most talented. They are the ones who kept listening every day, even when progress felt invisible. Progress in language learning is like growing. You cannot see it day to day. But one day you look back and everything has changed. Let me give you a simple plan for this week. Day 1 to 3. Find one English podcast or story at your level. Listen for 20 to 30 minutes each day. Do not stop to look up every word. Just listen and absorb. Day 4 to 7. After each listening session, take 5 minutes to speak out loud about what you heard, in English, even if you are alone in your room, especially if you are alone in your room. That is it. No apps, no grammar books, no expensive courses. Just daily listening and a few minutes of speaking practice. Do this for 30 days, and come back to this video. I think you will be surprised by how different your English feels. If you want to make this easy, this channel publishes slow English stories and vocabulary lessons every week. Everything is designed for intermediate learners at the B1 and B2 level. Real English, natural English, English that you can actually use. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I have a question for you. What is the hardest part of speaking English for you? Is it finding the right words? Is it speaking fast enough? Is it feeling confident? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one, and your answer might become the topic of a future video. Thank you for watching. Keep listening, keep practicing, and I will see you in the next one.